Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator exclusively on DRF Bets. Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Sunday, February the 13th. Well, New York bred fillies and mares take center stage in the Broadway, race number 8. We're going 3/4 of a mile. Let's take a look at this field. There are some speedy horses in here, Mike. Sadie Lady, the number 4, is pretty quick. You also have Time Limit coming in off of a stakes win at Laurel, and then some up-and-comers. Breakfast at Bonnie's jumps up into the stakes ranks and kept waiting. An impressive winner last week. Wheedles right back.
Yeah, we're gonna see find out a little more about Keep Waiting off of that easy win first time dirt last week. Listen, Sadie Lady to me is kind of a horse who needs the lead to be at her best. Breakfast at Bonnie's, the morning line favorite on the outside. She's pretty fast, and we'll see how competitive this pace gets. I feel like both of those horses are probably going.
And you can download free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us as we throw up the Time Form US pace projector. Mike mentioned there could be speed, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if the 4 and the 7 hook up and Time Limit, a horse with very good tactical speed, just sits the catbird trip sitting right off the hot pace.
Yeah, that's certainly possible that it plays out that way. It does feel like a little bit of an advantage for Time Limit just because she is so tactical, Dan. She's definitely going to be forward in here, but unlike the other two, she doesn't have to be right up there and be part of the pace to be effective.
The number 1 is A Will Away, one of 2 Mitch Friedman trained mares. A Will Away pulled off a big upset 3 starts back. She's the kind of mare that doesn't really get away from the gate very well. And in that race 3 back, she didn't break well, but the pace was so fast and it fell apart for her. She paid $94 that day, overmatched in her last 2 New York bred stakes races, but that bank sting is pretty good.
Yeah, and she might be overmatched again here. I mean, this is another good field that she steps in with, but her connections are going to press on with another stakes race here. I guess she's just going to sort of hope, Dan, like 3 starts back in the slop, where she got some pace. She managed to stay on at the end and get up. She's going to hope to get a similar situation here.
Kept Waiting, the number 2, made her first 9 starts on turf, did pretty well on that surface. Connections kept her in training over the winter, however, and started her last week at Aqueduct in the race we're going to take a look at right now. I thought she got a very nice clip in this race. There was a 4-ply duel in front of her. She sat behind. The pace wasn't fast. The rail opened up. But as you see, once she gets clearance, she is on her way.
Yeah, it's a pretty visually when you're right that she had a perfect trip in this race. But at least you know that she can stand up on dirt now. Dan, these are the hardest races for me to evaluate, where she gets that trip, she slips through the rail at the top of the stretch, and then she's suddenly clear by 5. Is that because she's really good or because nobody was running behind her? That's a little bit of a coin toss, I guess. I'm going to have to see her do it again against much better horses this time, but maybe she's a dirt horse.
Jimmy Ferraro has the 3, Let Me Take This Call. And she has some back races that make her interesting. She's very likable in the fact that she's won 13 times. She's made over $500,000. 3 starts back, she was stakes placed against Open Company over a wet track in the Garland of Roses. And last time out, she caught a tough optional claiming field.
I mean, she's been in pretty tough in her last 2 starts. And listen, I thought 3 back in the Garland of Roses, she ran fine in that race, just sort of chased Sadie Lady around the track and then outfinished her for 3rd. I don't know. She has back races that would give her a real chance in here. And when she's right, she has really good speed. She just hasn't been in great form since she came back off the layoff last October.
Sadie Lady, the expected pace setter, really likes Aqueduct. She has won 5 times from 9 starts here. She's caught wet tracks in her last 2 races, and I'm not sure that's her best game. The last time she was on a fast track was 3 back at Belmont all the way in June, and she won the Dancing Renee when able to skip out to an easy, uncontested lead. Now, I don't think the lead's going to be easy, but getting back to fast going could help. What do you make all these layoffs, though?
Yeah, that's probably not a great sign. And, I'm happy to give her the benefit of the doubt for the 2 sloppy track races recently. But I'd be more happy to do that, Dan, if I had liked her before those two races. And I'm just not a big fan of hers. I know she wins a lot. She likes Aqueduct, obviously, but to me, all of her good races are when she just has really soft trips on the lead. And I don't think she's getting a really soft trip on the lead in here.
Time Limit, the number 5, seems very well spotted for trainer Michael Maker. Let's watch her last start. She moved from turf to dirt to win the What a Summer at Laurel. The horse on the lead, Mike's a pretty quick horse, Princess Kokachin. Time Limit was placed to a hard chase. She's eventually going to get the better of Princess Kokachin and hold off the closers. It was just a nice, solid performance from a tactical mare.
Yeah, I like this performance from her a lot. Her prior dirt start, which came 3 back at Oaklawn and another pretty tough open allowance race, I thought she ran really well that day and probably got unlucky when unable to get through on the rail around the turn. It let the winner get the jump on her, and then she chased her home, but just couldn't catch her. She's good on turf. I think she's good on dirt as well. She's got really good tactical speed. I feel like if she just shows up and runs her typical race in this spot, she's going to be a handful.
I wonder if the 6, Chasing Caro, was a wet track move up in the race we're going to show you right now. It took her a long time to get through this condition, her entry-level state-bred condition, but we're going to watch that performance. And Chasing Caro was able to get to the front in this race, push a moderate pace, and keep on going. It was an improved performance for her, but it's unlikely she gets the same trip here.
Yeah, it's just a much faster pace, most likely, and it's also against much better horses. She's very consistent, and she just one of those horses that you could count on to show up and run her race. But, you know, if we're being honest about it, Dan, she's never run a race that's going to make her that much of a factor in here.
Breakfast at Bonnie's is the number 7. She's in exceptional form for trainer Danny Gargan, coming off of a big fig victory last time out. Let's watch that race. This was an Aqueduct over a wet track. She's so ready to race. It's possible we've yet to see her best. She didn't get away the best in this race, but she soon was able to scoot on through in between horses. And I thought she made a pretty easy lead down the backstretch, but she wins this race impressively. And drawing outside gives Jose Loscano at least a couple of options if this filly is rateable.
Yeah, I like the outside post for her too. She's really run nothing but good races. Obviously, this was a pretty big step forward, at least as far as speed figures go. She ran a 92. But basically, Dan, all of her races are good. And so far, I know it's a lot of sloppy tracks, 5 starts, 4 of them over sloppy tracks. So you wonder how it's going to be over fast dirt. But the only time they ran around fast dirt, she ran fine that day. She just didn't want to go a mile. So I wouldn't worry about that. She's very clearly a dangerous horse in this race.
If you're a DRF Bets subscriber, you get Formulator PPs for free. We do have a Formulator fact for Time Limit, the number 5 in this race for Michael Maker. 27% over the last year, almost a 350 ROI with last scout winners on dirt, older horses, 4-year-olds and up. We take a look at our top selections for this race. I think you're going with Time Limit. Sharp, exceptional trainer, good figures, and has the tactical speed to work out her trip.
Yeah, I like all those things about it, Dan. I just feel like this is a great spot for her. And in some ways, I think she's the horse to beat. I know she's not the morning line favorite. I think she's the horse to beat in here. I'm happy to take her, especially if she's the second choice. And mostly because I just want Breakfast at Bonnie's to have to prove it a little bit. I think she's good, but she has something to prove here.
I had a tough time separating my top 3 selections in this race. I wonder if the 2 might offer the best price because she's still unproven and she is jumping up into stakes competition. But I like the way she won that last race. I am concerned, though, that she did take advantage of a perfect trip, and it might be a lot different this time around with a faster pace expected. Mike's going Time Limit. I'm going with the 2 Kept Waiting. It's the Broadway. It's the DRF Sunday race of the day. Good luck.